915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Well, we are back and ready to go. And are you ladies ready?
Yes.
This is it, man. We're going to really get into the meat of things here. Jen, tell me about one particular program. I mean, in broad strokes.
An itinerary, something
an
really
itinerary,
exciting?
something that the customer may not be aware of that is included in a cruise.
Well, I love our close to home itineraries. It gives the opportunity for those guests that don't want to fly far, that don't want to go too far, or that have been there, done that. Staying close to home sometimes is new. So April of next year, we have an expeditions cruise. So we do offer expeditions along with our classic voyages. Our expeditions cruises are even more in depth, even more itinerary, even more programming. And we have an awesome itinerary sailing from Mazatlan in Mexico up to San Diego, going into the Sea of Cortez. A lot of us have been there, but, you know, Cabo's in the Sea of Cortez, and they don't realize it. There's a lot more if you go all the way in. So not only do we include the cruise, the beautiful sailing from port to port, but we also have a 2-day expedition into Copper Canyon on a train. That's included in the price of the cruise.
One of the things that attracted me about Silver Seas is that the ships are luxurious beyond luxurious, but they are also not the 3,000 passenger crowd.
We are a small ship.
Tell me about that.
Our biggest ship is 596 guests. Our smallest ship is the Silver Galapagos, 100 guests, on a beautiful vessel that offers pure luxury, beautifully appointed suites, wonderful restaurants, as many as 8 restaurants on some of our ships. So a lot of variety, a lot of spontaneity allowed, a lot of really beautiful meals and timeless memories that you'll create along with your loved ones. One
of the things that attracts me to these programs is the fact that what I sell primarily at Silver Fox is bespoke bookings. We were discussing this a little while ago, regardless of the price range, because a lot of people feel bespoke, well, it's got the money meter has to be like pegged all the way to the right. And I don't believe in that. I think bespoke to me means the quality of service that you render your client. And part of that, one of the things that I sell is ecological travel. Eco-travel to many people means, well, monkeys, birds, trees. No, it's getting to know the people, communicating with the local citizens, eating the local food. Of course, you don't want to go to every cart on the side of the road, but you can go to really what I would call criollo in Spanish, little restaurants, and try the local, natural, folksy cuisine. I love that. That's very great. In a cruise this size, I think you can be in touch.
A lot more in touch.
And meet more people.
Meet a lot more people. Like I said, we stay longer in port. We're a smaller vessel. We get into smaller ports, and we can stay longer, which gives you that opportunity to deep dive into the local community, which is what a lot of people want to do when they're on vacation. A superficial vacation, a 3-day getaway is nothing like a 7-day vacation, where you really not only get to connect with yourself, but connect with the destination and the people.
Pamela.
Yes.
Do you think that today's citizens, clients, they are very big into counting their pennies because, money is expensive today.
Right. They need value for their dollar.
They need value for their dollar. You're so right about that. One of the things that people find is, and I find this from a lot of travel agents, is to suggest a all-inclusive. Okay? Just about every all-inclusive you can think of, because not only do I also need a vacation sometimes, but the fact is that I also need to research. The thing that from all-inclusives that I find is that, yes, you go there, you have a beach, you have a bar, but you don't really get to know the surroundings too well if you just spend all that time locked up into an
It
all-inclusive.
almost turns into a 7-day cruise to nowhere. You go to one destination. The resort is like the cruise ship, right? We were
Yeah.
talking about earlier, and the beach is the getaway. So a 7-day cruise to nowhere it's fun. It's great. Been there, but it really doesn't give you an opportunity to leave the property, explore.
Well, and similar to being on the cruise, if you stay on the ship the whole time. And yes, a ship is all inclusive in many ways as well. But it's really important to talk to the customer, and a professional asked a travel agent will speak to the customer and find out what the customer's true needs are, and then provide the value for them. And they'll give them those options that will be of most value to them. So if they're not drinkers, if they're not going to utilize the all-inclusive, they will present other opportunities to them.
I want to continue our conversation
Okay.
when we come back from this short break here. We'll be right back.
This is the Mungalo Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. Idris Elba and Kate Winslet star in the new drama The Mountain Between Us.
Lambos Manjo.
Well, we are back, and before we continue, there's a couple of little housekeeping things that I like to do. I want to say hello to my very good friend Daryl Davis, who is tuned in and, probably having a beer, enjoying this beautiful day today. I want to say something to a very, very special guy, happens to be my dad, who is in Costa Rica listening to us. Yeah, your little boy's on the air, Dad, and having a great time with these two beautiful ladies. And I'll be talking to you very soon, Dad. Love you. My friend Gigi from New Act Travel. What can I say? She's a great lady. I love her. So what can I say? Pamela. Mm-hmm. The internet has made experts out of the consumers, okay? In their mind.
Right.
Okay. I have to qualify that because I'm very plain spoken in that regard. This has actually turned to many cases where the consumer and the travel agent's relationship is that of somebody going to order a hamburger with no cheese. The agents turn to order takers instead of consultants.
Right.
And part of it is because they have the fear, well, if I don't do this, they're going to go direct, or they're going to do this and then the other. I don't believe that that's true. The fact is that the consumer feels that if they can get away with it and knock off some money from the fee or whatever. Do you think that I'm right in my assessment that sometimes the travel agents don't stand their ground a little bit better or explain things better to show their value?
That might be true, perhaps with some of the OTAs, the online travel agencies, possibly.
Okay.
The true professionals that I know will really be a consultant and ask you more about it. Why do you want just that?
Right.
Because they'll try to make sure that they fit the right product to you. Sometimes what people think they want when they call up is not really what they really should have and would really enjoy. And a travel agent's job is to make the magic happen.
Right.
They are true artists of travel. They're creators.
Right.
And they want to create experiences for you. And they want you to come back to them again and again. So they want to really get to know you and what really will make your bells go off, what you'll really enjoy. And they're going to fit the right product. Even with the cruises, they're going to fit the best value of what you'd like for your dollar. So they know all the different specials that are out there. There's everything on the internet. And as you mentioned, websites that where a property and a product may look fabulous. And it may say it's including all of these different tours. And the price is unbelievable. The reason that price with that particular tour operator might be unbelievable is that you're not really going to get a tour that's showing you everything you really should see. You're going to end up in all the shops that they want you buying in.
Right. It's like taking a bus tour to Vegas. They stop you at every casino.
Exactly. There's always a catch.
Right.
Whenever they say if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. It usually is. So the travel agents, the true professionals, have looked at the resorts in all the different cities around the world, and they actually can differentiate which properties are good quality and which ones just look real pretty on the internet.
Right.
Because everybody makes their property look great on the internet.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, the internet, there's not one roach in any rooms. I mean, there's really there's no broken faucets anywhere in the world. It's like,
Well, that other thing that people are depending on is like TripAdvisor. The challenge with that is that you don't know that person that's making an opinion of a certain resort. They might be used to staying at Best Western, and then the other person might be used to staying at a 5-star Ritz, and you don't know the actual taste of the person that's making that opinion and giving it so many
I don't.
stars.
I don't. Sometimes I do get, because I visit a lot of agencies. I mean, my job is to be on the road talking to people. And there's two things that have shocked me. Okay, and I'm talking about really well-known agencies. All right, not that I was eavesdropping or anything else, but I was near an agent. I was talking to a customer, and they went right to the computer, the screen, and they said, "Let me direct you to this website. Go look in there, look at what they have, and when you find something that you like, call me." Mm-hmm. And they hung up. And then I asked her, I said, "Is this a customer that you know?" "Oh yeah, she loves me." "Then why didn't you help her?" You know what I mean? Like, that was going to be my question. I didn't, because I'm polite, but my question would have been, well, then why didn't you, instead of sending her to a website, why didn't you express your opinion of that website or what she is looking for?
Right, go into more detail as to, and also explain why you're sending her to it. It could be that it'll give her a little bit better idea, much like they used to pull out brochures. Now it's more web. So that may have been the reason, might have been, if you didn't hear the other side of the conversation, they may have been confused. To
me, if I'm giving service to somebody, if you're my agent and we're sending some people to Peru, I will give you 1,000% of my knowledge of Peru, which is very vast since I've been there like 30 times, because I feel that that's my job to do, is to give you my experience so that you can share something that is factual, real.
Right. Right.
The other one that is a peeve of mine is when I hear an agent say, well, on TripAdvisor it says. I'm thinking TripAdvisor is all about emotional reaction of the moment. Yeah.
Right.
And it sometimes, there's a complaint because my eggs were cold. Oh my God. And they didn't want to give them, well, did they say that you serve yourself your eggs and then you went up to your room to get your glasses? And, there has to be a reason why the eggs are cold. Right. They were not served cold.
Right.
So all of a sudden everybody's going like, well, can't go to that place. They serve cold eggs, So that's the mentality of a lot of the people. Well, and we need to, as professionals, I feel that we need to overcome that. And we're going to be discussing that in a little bit. Go, Jose.
You check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit, compare your card. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
With 20% back in rewards on color copies from Staples, you can run your business with confidence. The confidence to leave behind presentations that customers will read, not recycle. The confidence to produce color manuals that'll keep your business in the black. The confidence that your financial forecast will no longer be partly cloudy. Show off your business in full color for less at Staples. Now get 20% back in rewards on color presentations, manuals, and copies. Staples. It's pro time. Visit staples.com/20color. Expires 11/4/17. Exclusions apply.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Okay, we are so back, and we have another guest here really quick. My daughter Erica. She's going to join us for a couple of minutes here. Tell us a little bit about Fashion Corner.
Well, Fashion Corner is going to come up in the next couple weeks. I am working on a couple pieces such as, DIY nails and Halloween nails for the trend. I just got mine's done. I got spooky little ghosts just down, so I'm going to take pictures of that. All that you can check out at my Instagram at graphicricky.com. And I'm just going to be doing a lot of fashion adventures, going on Halloween stuff since it's the month of October.
Okay. Right up your alley.
Yep.
Yep. My daughter is actually very big into fashion and foodies, and she is going to be part of the programming here with, so far I said Fashion Corner. She shot me down with that name. So I guess we're going to be hearing something else pretty soon, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be something that is going to reach a lot of great people. We were talking to Pamela here, and we were talking about the professionalism displayed in many cases and how we can better help the customer. Should at any one point, there is absolutely nothing wrong that I see in actually challenging the customer with your professional opinion, because that is actually what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring out the desires that the customer have, because many customers have, let's be honest, in many cases, their expectations sometimes don't match their pocketbook. But that doesn't mean that they cannot deserve or should not deserve a fabulous time abroad.
Absolutely. And that's actually selecting the right travel agent. You really do not want to just call a travel agent that is an order taker. You want to call a travel agent that will ask you certain questions so that they can find out more about you. One of the biggest questions that many will ask will be, what have you done in the past for a vacation, and what did you like about it? And then that'll give them an idea of what you like. Sometimes they'll ask you where you shop. Or where you like to eat, or they'll try to find out more about, your hobbies and what you like to do and how active you want to be, whether you want to do adventure travel or whether you want to do luxury travel, or you want a spa vacation, or you want a cruise, maybe it's to go out on an ocean cruise, maybe it's a river cruise.
Right.
Who all's traveling with you? What is this a special occasion? So for the agent to ask you those questions and for you to be really good giving them the best answers you can, they'll qualify it. And then if you say, I want this, and you say this magical dream vacation that's very, very expensive, they'll try to find you an alternative that'll give you the same, more or less the same thing, but at a little bit more of a budget price. Typically, they'll give you 2 or 3 choices.
See, a lot of times, the consumer today, because of the internet, and we'd already talked about this, that their expertise thinking pattern is elevated. They are sometimes reluctant to accept the fact that if the price is not what they want to pay, they don't really seem to understand that it's a starting point that is easier to walk back.
Right.
Than being way, way, way low, and people say, well, okay, now we have to go up,
Right. No, that's true.
Understanding that sometimes the good travel professional will tell you, by saving $50, when you get there, you're going to have to pay an additional $100 to get this perk.
Right.
So the qualification process works both ways.
Well, what we actually we need to address the consumer here on the fact that I think the consumer needs to open up their mind a little bit more and start trusting the professional more.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, people will go on the internet and spend hours and hours and hours on the internet. And if they just call a great travel agent, and a professional, they could go through all the minutia and give them all the answers they want in just a matter of minutes and give them alternatives that they'd be really happy with, and they will get more value for their dollar.
A lot of people don't understand that if they happen to be a professional, if they happen to be a housewife, if they happen to be whatever, they have valuable time.
Absolutely.
And if they spend it on something that they don't really quite know, but don't want to accept the fact that they don't know, they can actually end up getting hurt.
Absolutely.
In many ways.
You don't
economically.
You don't know what you didn't get. The old story of that commercial for I could have had a V8, okay?
Yeah.
Because you didn't know that you missed it. Whereas when you go to a travel agent, it's their professional job to know every opportunity out there for you. So when you're going to any destination or when you're booking a Silversea cruise, they can actually tell you why you want to go on Silversea versus another cruise line. They'll explain to you what all's included in that price and why it's actually wonderful value for the money.
Okay, so since we're educating the consumer too, I know that there's a whole lot of travel agents listening because I address my advertising and promotion to the show to travel agents. I think also travel agents need also to learn how to listen to all that's available out there instead of just the chosen consortia information or whatever. There's a lot more information out there than just what's disseminated through their own channels.
Right. Well, my experience has been different. My experience is that the professional travel agents that I see all the time are doing that.
They're hungry for more.
And they are educating themselves, and they do make sure that they get all the information for the customer.
All right.
Back with our buddy Carlo Galian, the owner of Domingo's Italian Deli. It's Little Italy of the Valley in Encino, California. They will ship anywhere in the country, but we should mention great Michelin restaurants order product from you. Tell us about this, Carlo.
That's correct. We have several hard-to-find items, particularly hard-to-find pasta shapes and cuts that we carry and that we stock all the time. And we have several chefs and restaurants in the area that come and...
like who?
The likes of Mozza, who's...
Mozza Restaurant. Nancy Silverton?
Come in and they pick up the special cuts for their menu.
I can't. So we can be like the great restaurants of the world, the Michelin restaurants
Without
there.
doubt.
$3.95. So head over to FredDryer.co. That's FredDryer.co.
All right, we are back and we are in the final stretch here. So if you need to communicate with me for any particular reason, suggestions, you want to donate your fortune to me, whatever, email me at lifestylebuzztoday@gmail.com. lifestylebuzztoday@gmail.com. Starting next week, we are going to be promoting a fabulous cruise, Mazatlan to San Diego, and we are going to get really down and dirty here with all the details. Starting next week, it only means that we have to bring Jen back.
Oh, how exciting!
Because she is the lady behind these good deals. Where do you call home?
I live in the beautiful foothill community of Monrovia.
Cool.
Love it there.
Favorite comfort food?
I am a big soup girl. I can't wait
for
it to get cold so I could have it every day.
Favorite hangout?
I am a football fan like no other. Go Dolphins, Miami at heart. Sundays on the football field.
Large or small parties?
It really depends. I like both. I love to entertain big and small crowds.
Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? 2 years from now?
I really want to grow within Silver Sea. This family is really wonderful. I am loving every second of every single day. I love what I get to do. So growing with Silver Sea.
Pam, same questions. Where do you call home?
West Los Angeles.
Cool. Favorite comfort food?
Oh, boy. Anything deep fried, probably.
That was good, too.
Favorite hangout?
Favorite hangout with my family.
Pretty cool. Small or large parties?
Both. Any party's a
Party
good party.
animals here. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
I'm looking for any opportunity where I can make a difference and make the world a little better place. And when you started the program and you were talking about bringing unity to the country, it all starts with us. And I think just promoting a little bit more love and kindness and understanding will take us all a very, very long way.
My daughter Erica will get her turn to talk next time. It just shows you that we have two beautiful guests here, professionals in what they do. Give us your website. You needed to.
If you'd like to know why you should use a travel agent, you can go to SoCalTravelAgents.com, where we have 101 reasons why you should use a travel agent. There is also a link so that you can find a travel agent.
One more time.
SoCalTravelAgents.com.
Very cool. Very cool. Like I said before, two beautiful professionals in their own fields here. Hardworking ladies. I don't think either one of you has had buckets and buckets and buckets of money that you inherited. Otherwise, you know.
No.
And what I'm trying to drive at is the fact that if you're motivated, if you get off your couch, if you really think positive, you can make anything in the world happen.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
Parting words?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's really exciting to be able to talk about Silver Sea Cruises to this Southern California community.
Well, the world community.
The world
really.
community. Your dad in Costa Rica.
And thank you so much, Orlando, for having us. This is a great opportunity, and also to share with the customers out there and the traveling public, you know, why they want to use a travel agent and have somebody who's got their back.
I think it's very important that the travel agent starts getting more and more and more recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get into more and more travel, because that's basically my primary business, is the travel business. If you need any information about travel, please call me at silverfoxexpeditions@gmail.com. silverfoxexpeditions@gmail.com. And we can make anything in the world happen to you. That's it. We have to say goodbye. God bless everybody. And we have been brought to you by Lazy Dog Productions. So long.
Which was most important because because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio shows sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital...
Curfews, ordering beaches and piers closed, and issuing voluntary evacuation orders. President Trump's approved an emergency declaration for a large part of Louisiana and ordered federal assistance ahead of the storm. 11 people were injured, 9 taken to the hospital when a taxi plowed into pedestrians this afternoon outside the Natural History Museum in London.
Police say a number of people have been injured and one person has been detained at the scene. The crash happened at a busy time on a day when the Central London Museum is usually teeming with pedestrians, including international tourists. Photographs show a dented silver car and a man being pinned to the ground outside the museum. Police say they are working to establish the circumstances and the cause of the incident. There was no immediate statement on the number or severity of the injuries. Asya Fuchs, London.
Police are now calling the incident a traffic accident and not an act of terrorism. Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher is urging the president to pull out of the Iran nuclear agreement.
It paves Iran's pathway to a full-fledged industrial-sized nuclear capability, and its ballistic missile program, which they said is not covered under the deal, is indeed integral to the deal.
Gallagher tells the Salem Radio Network that while allies may complain, the U.S. has an obligation to do what is right. There are published reports the president could decertify the Iran agreement as soon as this coming week. Hall of Fame basketball player great Connie Hawkins has died. Hawkins played for the Phoenix Suns, L.A. Lakers, and Atlanta Hawks. He was 7